Of the many natural wonders of the Philippines, one has captured the world's attention to become part of a select international list. The Puerto Princesa Underground River is on the brink of being one of the new 7 wonders of nature. I'm Calo Medina. In this edition of Travel Time, we show you why it deserves the honor as we take you right into its heart, deep under the earth. This is the Puerto Princesa Underground River. A natural wonder emerges. Everyone knows of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, based solely on the limited travels of a single man. Today, there is a conscious effort to create a more inclusive list of world wonders, both natural and man-made, voted on by the citizens of the world. This is the new 7 wonders. The Colossus of Rhodes, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the Lighthouse of Alexandria, the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, the Pyramids of Egypt, the Statue of Zeus, the Temple of Artemis. These are the established wonders of the ancient world. A list accepted by many as the final word on world wonders, yet was selected by one man, Philon of Byzantium, in 200 BC, and all man-made, and all located around the Mediterranean basin, the extent of the then known world. Today's world is much larger than it was back then. Through travel and media, we know there are hundreds of wonders, both natural and man-made, that deserve our admiration and recognition. In 2001, the Swiss-based non-profit New 7 Wonders Foundation was established to contribute to the protection of the world's human-built and natural heritage by raising global and individual awareness about these cultural and natural heritage and about our responsibility to protect and preserve them. Through worldwide nomination and voting, the organization declared the new 7 man-made wonders in 2007, which include Chichen Itza in Mexico, Christ the Redeemer in Brazil, the Colosseum in Italy, the Taj Mahal in India, the Great Wall of China, the city of Petra in Jordan, and Machu Picchu in Peru, and a special recognition for the Pyramids of Egypt, the only structure among the 7 wonders of the ancient world still standing. Right after the new 7 wonders of the world were named, the foundation launched a new campaign to declare the new 7 wonders of nature, an excitingly different campaign that suddenly trained the spotlight on many amazing natural places still quite unknown to the rest of the world. From waterfalls to fjords, rainforests to peaks, from volcanoes to freshwater lakes, to our very own wonder, the ancient and mysterious underground river of Puerto Princesa. From a list of 440 locations in about 220 countries, there are only 28 finalists left. And the sole Philippine bet is the Puerto Princesa Underground River. But where in the world is the Underground River? Known as the longest navigable underground river in the world, the Puerto Princesa Underground River is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that is part of a national park located in the St. Paul mountain range in Palawan, 50 kilometers away from the city center of Puerto Princesa. One of the biggest cities in the world, Puerto Princesa covers a land area of 253,982 hectares and a coastline of 416 kilometers. It is also endowed with rich natural resources and highly diverse flora and fauna, found both in land and sea, unlike any of those found in the rest of the country. It has the largest forest cover in the country, still occupying 2/3 of the city, and boasts of one of the healthiest coral reef covers, which makes it an ecological paradise destination. But progress has come in leaps and bounds in Puerto Princesa. It is a bustling city, yet with a vision to be an urban center where man and nature can coexist in balance and harmony. There is a lot to see and do in Puerto Princesa now. A number of quality hotels and inns have sprung up, as well as boutique squares, cafes, and concept restaurants, making the city proper a destination in itself, rather than just a springboard to Palawan's other sites. There's Tio Rod's, owned by Cuyunon Gigi Lumawag along Rizal Avenue. Standing adjacent to the Lumawag-owned inn, One Rover's Place. Tio Rod's wide and spacious, simple yet elegant style lends to lounging very well. Add to that, they serve amazingly delicious, authentic Pacific and Southeast Asian cuisine. A little more secluded is Cuyba Almonica Meditation Garden in Sitio Masikap, Barangay San Jose. A spirituality resort, Cuyba Almonica features several chapels. The word Cuyba is actually a Bicolana word for cave, which indicates the owner's origin and underlines Puerto Princesa's status as a melting pot of cultures. The Bicolana influence is evident in the delectable fare that their restaurant serves. And of course, there's the now famous Calo, a Balinese-inspired restaurant where everyone is encouraged to go barefoot. Eating at Calo is definitely an experience, starting with the dining options of regular tables and chairs, or eating on a low table while seated on the floor. Unlike other restaurants with a set menu, Calo's menu is printed daily based on the fresh ingredients and catch that are available in the nearest market that day. Rurungan sa tubod is derived from Palauan, the language spoken by the Palauan tribe. Rurungan means cluster of women, usually related or living in close proximity. Tubod is a local word for spring, the source of life-giving water, which sustains and is sustained by ecologically friendly practices. Rurungan sa Tubod is a non-profit organization that creates an alternative livelihood for women in the rural areas of Palawan. They also create the weaves using piña silk and fashionable woven bags. In November 11, 2011, the new 7 Wonders of Nature will be proclaimed. All over the world, campaigns to support the top 28 finalists are on high gear. In order to ensure the place of the Underground River in the top 7, we have to step up our campaign. The locals of Puerto Princesa have grown up and grown old knowing the beauty of the Underground River. Today, they are banding together to let the whole world know about it.
It is iconic attraction of the Philippines, and we are told by the organizers of the contest that the winners get a immediate 40% increase in visitor arrivals. If Puerto Princesa gets a 40% arrival increase, the rest of the country will also benefit.
Leaving the city proper, it's a leisurely 2-hour drive to the Sabang Wharf. Where gaily decorated boats to the Underground River await to take us on a 15-minute ride to the powdery shores leading to the Underground River. Remember, you can't just go to the Underground River site. You must first secure a permit, as entry to the national park has a daily maximum, so as not to impact the natural habitat too much. Of the 252 species of birds known to occur in Palawan, 165 species have been recorded in the Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park, including blue-nape parrots, hill mynas, Palawan hornbills, and the majestic white-breasted sea eagle. In the waters surrounding the Underground River, sea cows or dugong and hawks-billed turtles can often be seen basking on the surface. Along the beach shoreline near the river cave, long-tailed macaques as well as large monitor lizards come to feed. From the beach, there is a 5-minute jungle trail that leads to the docking area of the Underground River. During low tide, the seawater and the river water from the cave get divided by a sandbar. But on high tide, these waters merge.
Marami cave, kaso hindi siya river. So usually, nilalakad lang ito ng mga turista. Dahil dito, mayroon itong katangian na pambihira. May isa siyang ilog na madaling pasukin o puntahan by paddle boat. At dahil nakabangka, hindi mahirapan ang mga sinumang gustong pumasok. At ang ilog mismo ay may katangian din na kakaiba. Isa siyang halimbawa ng underground estuaries. Yung lower half ng river po natin ay na-influensyahan po nitong dagat mula sa West Philippine Sea.
Okay.
Ang upper half niya po, doon naman sa freshwater part ng connected po sa isang ilog sa Barangay Kabayugan. Ang river po na ito ay makikita rin sa part na yon. Kabayugan River po usually yung tawag.
Wearing life vest and helmet, we boarded a paddle boat with one passenger designated as lightman for the trip and helmed by a single local boatman who also doubled as our guide. Make that boatman, guide, and comedian, as throughout the almost 1-hour trip, our guide made funny quips that made the tour not just amazing, but light-hearted as well. This is the strength of the tourism program. The site is managed by people who actually live in the community. As such, they are well aware and rightfully proud of what makes their site special.
Kung dito po tayo mag-i-start, lalabas pa siya doon sa Kabayugan, that's 8.2 kilometer. Mayroon siyang maliit na opening kung saan doon din nagmumula ang tubig nitong underground. Kaya kung babasyan natin yung characteristics ng ilog, hindi dito ang entrance, kundi dito yung outflow. Dito siya lumabas at doon siya sa kabila pumasok.
The deepest section of the cave is at its opening about 40 feet. Entering the cave, the first thing that tourists will meet is the strong scent that comes from the guano and from the urine of bats that live inside. The cave is pitch black and only lit by the searchlight provided by each boat. The swallows frequently fly around the cave using echolocation to guide their flight. As the boatman cum guide paddles through the river, he directs the person who handles the searchlight to point to certain rock formations that he imaginatively describes. Different figures are formed by the minerals that come from above the cave, where rainwater seeps through crevices. The first major section that is passed is the cathedral. This section has the highest ceiling that rises up about 65 meters, making it look like a grand cathedral. Also in this section, different religious figures are formed by the rocks that pile up on one side of the section. Here too, the water passes through a large opening where a phallic stone structure rises in the middle and looks like a giant melting candle. Next section is what boatmen describe as the vegetable section. Here, different vegetables are formed by the silt and minerals. And then, the water flows through a straight section that looks like a tunnel of a highway. This section is called by the boatmen as EDSA, in reference to the major highway in Manila that is full of flyovers and tunnels.
Hindi po siya accessible by boat, the whole 8 kilometer. kalahati lang po ang kaya nating pasukin ng napakadali for a paddle boat. Pero beyond nung kalahati na yon, meron pa siyang river, kaya lang may mga parte pong napaka-narrow niya na or masyado pong mababa ang tubig. Pwede siyang gawin by special boat like rubber boat or kayak.
Curved, sharp, pillar-shaped or egg-shaped, the variety of formations present inside the underground river illustrates the variety of minerals and crystals present inside the cave, some of which may possibly be found nowhere else on Earth. Aside from the millions of bats and swallows, there are translucent marine crabs, reptiles, spiders, and other species of animals not known to be cave dwellers, but have astonishingly adapted to living in this amazingly balanced ecosystem. They've also found a mystery, a sort of bat graveyard, a section of a cave where bat bones are found but where no living bats exist.
Itong March lang ang pinaka-interesting sa lahat. Dahil nga doon sa pagkatuklas sa fossils at mga crystals na mga mineral na dati hindi po ito pa nakita sa mga nakalipas nilang pag-i-explore.
But the biggest wonder here is the newly found fossil remains of an extinct species of Sirenia or dugong, embedded not on the floor but along the walls of the cave. The fossil is said to be 20 million years old and dates back to the Miocene era. The chances of finding such a specimen in an excellent condition is 1 in a billion. Yet it exists deep inside the Puerto Princesa Underground River. Who knows what wonders they will find next? With all these spectacular traits, the world needs to recognize the Puerto Princesa Underground River as a true wonder of nature.
It's really very important that our PPUR will be one of the 7 new wonders of nature. It's the Philippines' pride, the only entry to the new 7 wonders.
There are 2 ways to vote. Pwede pong through text and through email. Through text, just text PPUR and then send to 2861. Any network po yan. Through internet, just log in to www.new7wonders.com. Punta lang po ang voter dun sa vote. Maglalag po tayo ng username natin and then email address, then password, and then po lalabas po yung 28 finalists. We will choose 7. We have to choose 7 kasi po hindi makakast ang vote pag hindi sa 7. And then, may papadala pong link, confirmation that we have voted. So, papasok po yan sa email address. Pag-click po natin, lalabas yung 7 finalists na binoto natin. Click natin yun, okay na po yun, confirmed na yung vote natin. That simple lang po yung pagboboto natin.
You can make it happen by telling your family and friends about the wonders of the Puerto Princesa Underground River and asking them to text and vote. You can make it happen. Together, we can make it happen.
I would like everyone to text PPUR to 2861 and help Puerto Princesa become one of the 7 new wonders of the world.
Your support of the Puerto Princesa Underground River has led it to be one of the finalists of the new 7 Wonders of Nature. Now, it's time to take that support to a higher level. Vote to make the Puerto Princesa Underground River one of the 7 new wonders of nature. Vote not just because you are Filipino, but because it is an important legacy, one that deserves to be recognized and shared with the world. I'm Susan Calo Medina, huwag maging dayuhan sa sariling bayan.